Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Swordfish in Sweden for the 10th Annual Sword Fighting Championships, powered to you by Gothenburg Historical Fencing School and the Swedish Hema Federation. My name is Scott Hellroth, and with me is Matt Gallis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's event is the culmination of 2 hard days of tournament fighting in a variety of martial disciplines.
Thrust by Stanson. Did the judges see it though? Disengage. Oh, go for the double leg takedown. Oh, he lands. Give it a little slice in. Hesson slips. Counter strikes.
There he goes.
Oh, wow.
There it is. Dagger thrust, it looked like to me.
Oh, reversal. Lands on top. Fight continues.
This year's Swordfish has 265 competitors from 22 different countries. That's quite a lot, ladies and gentlemen, coming from all across the world here to Sweden to compete in historical European martial arts. His low position, working on a good sense of time and distance. Cut and parrying, nothing done.
Oh! Straight to the head by Gibberdoolin, beautiful. 10 points for 8 points.
10 points.
Again, same thing.
Nothing done. Still 2-0. Maria Davidova with a slight lead.
Oh, beautiful. Exchange. Both fighters taking the 4. Looking like a up and down dance almost. Ladies and gentlemen, now over to open longsword.
Okay, well, we have to say the eliminations were amazing. You know, it's funny because often in tournaments, people get their nerves up when they get into the eliminations, and the quality of the fencing goes down. What we've noticed, though, over the past 2 years is that the fencers are of such a high quality here that once you get into the eliminations for open longsword, the quality of the fencing has actually gone up. And some of the fencing that we have seen has been absolutely amazing. There was the bout between, which one was it? It was between Dennis Ljungqvist and Sasha Makarov. Was absolutely amazing.
Intense.
Absolutely
it's so intense. And just like in the last sudden death, beautiful ends. Mark Wilkie, ladies and gentlemen, from Scotland, one of my very favorite fighters.
Mark Wilkie is the lead instructor at the Institute of Historical Arts in Dundee, Scotland, facing Alexander Sasha Makarov of School of the Swords from London.
Wilkie's made one of these incredible journeys where he's been a wandering swordsman for the last few years, travelled around, and he's...
So now we're reaching the culmination of the evening. We are now looking at the bronze match for the open longsword. In the blue corner, from the Institute for Historic Arts in Scotland, Mark Wilkie.
Very intense fighter, Mark Wilkie.
In the red corner, from the School of the Sword in the United Kingdom, Alexander Makarov.
Makarov, primarily a rapier fencer, but moving into longsword, doing a fantastic job.
Mark Wilkie did really well last year, and he was knocked out by Christian Roukanen in the, I think it was the quarterfinals. And this year again, he was matched up with Roukanen and beat him. And like a guy like Christian Roukonen, who you actually see in Mark Wilkie's corner, is like they've seen everything. Like Roukonen's seen everything. He's been everywhere.
He is one of the most experienced fighters in Hema.
And having a victory over a guy like Christian Roukonen sets Mark Wilkie in a world caliber fencer echelon right now.
He's an up and comer.
He has
for
transcended this year by that victory.
So Wilkie versus Makarov. Look at this.
So this is going to be a
aggressive move to the center.
Look for Wilkie to wind Makarov up, press him forward, and in as he's pressing Makarov out of balance, he'll get a strike there. Makarov will have to try and avoid the brute force of Wilkie's bind. He's so strong in the bind. So strong. See it right there? And then he's starting to press. He's going to try and press Makarov out of the ring. Nothing happened. Ref calls a break.
Right. Ref breaks it up. Now, Makarov is better off staying at a distance. You don't want to close with Wilkie. He's got a lot of power.
He's too strong. You can't do it.
Makarov has a slight height advantage.
Oh! Strike to the arms by Makarov. Wilkie answers.
Blow and after blow. Even exchange. 2-2.
Beautiful tvär by Wilkie.
Yep, and
countered. Countered to the head by Makarov.
Both fighters being a little more cautious now, having traded a number of hits.
There we see Wilkie rushing in.
And a sphere by Makarov, followed by an after blow by Wilkie is what I saw. Judges a little bit confused on that.
Double thrust.
Judges unclear on what happened, but generally an equal exchange. 2
points for red, actually, and one of the judges scored the thrust by Wilkie as a no quality. That puts Makarov in a substantial lead.
Oh, doesn't take much to overcome that with this rule set.
Geisler.
Yeah, and a miss.
Oh, thrust to the face! Beautiful!
By
Landed clean. I don't think Makarov answered that. Here we see it. Boom! Right to the leg, though. Answer to the leg. End of the first round. Very interesting. Wilkie not as aggressive as he could be in that he doesn't rush in. He's not a bull. He rushes in and he binds you up. And in that exchange, he unbalances you, and there he finds this opening. Makarov doing very well to counter that. You almost see a bit of Axel Peterson in Wilkie's style, in the way he moves, and he moved to Sweden.
But I don't think that's any accident. Yeah, he came to Sweden a couple of times to train with Axel. Yeah, Wilkie is one of those guys who is more than willing to travel and seek out the best minds in Hema, spend time with them, and train under them. Learn what he can, bring it into the ring.
It's a trend I love that we've seen the last few years, is that young fencing students will take a year of their life or 2 years, and they'll travel the world of Hema, staying at places, learning the craft, so to say. It's a fun time to be a fencer.
The Hema pilgrimage.
Round 2. We'll see what Roukonen, what advice he gave there to Wilkie. Having a good coach does so much for you, being able to see it from a bird's perspective, see the fight, see the patterns that you're not noticing, and help you adjust in this display of skill sets. Strike to the hands by Wilkie.
Yeah, I think it was unanswered too. Looked unanswered to me.
Judges not agree with that.
Yeah.
Same exchange,
yeah.
Practically.
Blow and after blow.
Ah, except Makarov got that exchange to the head, giving him 2 points. Hit Wilkie on the head. Nice though. Wilkie drops his sword. Makarov slowly accelerating here and winning these exchanges, getting that clear lead. Attempted thrust by Wilkie. Makarov not having it. Both fences in contact. Wilkie getting the better of that exchange. Strike to the legs by Makarov and parries the after blow.
Yes, very nice.
Beautiful.
Blow, parried the after blow. Blow to the leg, parries the after blow. 2 points for Makarov, Sasha Makarov.
Strike to the midsection as Wilkie misses.
Blow and after blow.
After blow by Wilkie. So referee scolding Mark Wilkie there for striking the opponent to the back of the head. Spine and back of the head are illegal target areas. And she deducted a point, I think 2 points. Parry, strike. Oh, sparks are flying.
Looked like a blow to the leg by Makarov.
Here we see the replay.
And parried the after blow.
Makarov goes down low.
And parries that after blow. 10-4. That looked, I thought I saw a blow to the head by Makarov. Judges are a little unsure. Last exchange.
Oh, half sword by Wilkie, beautiful.
Got a blow to the head by Makarov.
All right, we'll see it. Can we see it again?
Attempted half sword,
couldn't quite get control.
Parry, and bam! There it is.
Oh, he gets 3 points for Mark Wilkie. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the end of the round.
And there we have it. Alexander Makarov.
Bronze medalist here at Swordfish Open Longsword 2017. And now, Ivan Novichenko fights for gold. He has torn through every opposition through this tournament. He's torn through them. And he's got one last hurdle. If there's one man that can beat the Russian, Ivan Novichenko, it's Dennis Ljungqvist.
Dennis the Menace Ljungqvist, one of the most experienced competitors in Hema, aside from Axel Peterson.
And man, you know, Novichenko, he can do this simple stuff like Geisler, these simple leg hits, and then he'll just turn around from nowhere and do something really complex.
He has a distance game. He stays at a distance. You do not want to stay at a distance with this man. He uses one-handed blows, he uses feints, he's very good at that range. You don't want to stay there because he will take you out. But the problem is, he's actually pretty good at defending himself if you try to close. And then once he realizes that you're the kind of person who's not going to play the distance game, he comes charging in, and he's good at that too. He's very good at changing up his game. He took out Tees Cool. Nobody takes out Tees Cool like that. It was quite an upset. Took out Mark Wilkie. Very impressive display by Ivan Novichenko. So, and now we have Dennis, who is coming fresh out of his other match, which was pretty grueling in itself.
Dennis Ljungqvist with the blue trousers,
and we'll see how he does.
Novichenko, I believe his wife and coach with him. From Men with Swords of Russia.
Men with Swords, Moscow, Russia. Dennis
Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the final fight of the evening. For gold in the open longsword. In the blue corner, from KHFS, Sweden, Dennis Ljungqvist.
That's a Viking if ever I saw one.
The veteran versus the newcomer.
And in the red corner, from Men with Swords, Russia, Ivan Novichenko.
The old stalwart versus the newcomer.
Look at that laser focus in his eyes.
Fencers shake hands. Shake hands with the ref.
And you can't hesitate for a second standing in front of Novichenko. If you stand and rest in open field in front of you, he'll get you.
And watch out for your low lines. Remember what he did in the other weapon set. It's those blows at the low line. He will do the same thing here.
Here we go, round one. We'll see what Dennis will attempt to do here.
Fencers circling one another. Both in flug. From Tag on the shoulder by Ljungqvist. Feint by Novichenko.
So he's testing Dennis' reactions now.
Ljungqvist will have nothing of it.
What he's looking for is Dennis' natural reaction. What is...
One-handed blow by Novichenko.
No quality call. They keep going. Thrust by Dennis. Novichenko parries. But did he parry in time? Here we see it in replay. Boom, hard exchange to see.
Looks like a light hit by Novichenko for 2 points.
Strike low by Novichenko. Parries with one hand. Strikes Dennis to the ribs with one hand. Spins around and parries over the back of his head. Wow.
2 points for Novichenko. Very quickly, we have a 4-point lead for Novichenko.
Being scolded there by the ref, for sure, for
turning his
back. I'd love to see a replay of that. Novichenko in Flug. And this goes down.
The Vexel.
Fonta. Intense. So they're setting each other up with a distance here.
Yeah, but the distance.
Strike low by Novichenko. Dennis not having a second of that. Goes straight for the head. 3 points for Dennis. And 2 points for Novichenko's strike to the leg there.
It's a 1 point differential leading to 1-4. But Dennis is...
One-handed blow. Dennis comes chasing in. Somebody called point. One judge saw something. Yep. Yep. 2 points for Novichenko. Swipe by Dennis. Attempted thrust. See how Novichenko just slides away from that tip.
Yeah, and he spun offline. It was very nice. Dennis is starting to close in. He needs to press the attack. Staying at range, staying at distance with Novichenko is a bad idea.
Strike with one.
One-handed blow by Novichenko. Response to the low lines by Ljungqvist.
But it's not only that he can strike with one hand, he can parry with one hand.
That's true.
Usually you see guys, they lose control of the sword when they strike with one hand. But that control. Novichenko out of bounds, but struck Dennis first. Let's see what the judges say. 1 point each.
Equal exchange.
Novichenko in a clear lead.
It's really interesting
Clearly.
because Novichenko is one of these guys. He fences longsword, and honestly, he uses it one-handed as much as he does two-handed. So 6-1 lead at the break. Ljungqvist needs to change up his game. I think his mistake is he's doing like every other fencer has done, and they've stayed at the range. He needs to close distance, bring the fight to Novichenko.
And usually what happens, if you try and leg hit Dennis Ljungqvist with one-hander, he'll rush in and take your head off. The thing is that Novichenko can parry with one hand. That's the one hack with throwing a Geisler, is that you lose control of your weapon. Not Novichenko. Right up to the parry.
And we've seen him do this again and again.
He's 6-1 against Dennis Ljungqvist. Who is this guy?
He comes out of nowhere. That's the beauty of Hema. You can have these clubs in the middle of nowhere. Well, Moscow is hardly the middle of nowhere.
Federico Dall'Olio, winner of last week's Swordfish.
It really is unfortunate.
Here's a matchup for you.
Yeah, Federico, we miss you here. It's unfortunate you were unable to come and defend your title. Maybe next year.
Novichenko has almost this iconic salute when he races his sword in the air like he's already won.
All right, our break is over. The fencers engage again. Ljungqvist needs to do something different.
Wow, Ljungqvist is smart and he's going to do something different. Oh, it looked like out of bounds. Dennis forced Novichenko out. I believe it's a hot angle. Yep. 2 points to Dennis for that.
3-6. He's going to need something else, but one blow to the head, unanswered.
Both fences taking 4 there, looked like double to the head. But only Novichenko got the head hit there. We see that in replay. Judges call that 3 points to Novichenko, 2 to Dennis.
1 point differential for Novichenko. Oh, yeah, there we have it. Blow to the leg, and it looked like a blow to the head by Ljungqvist. Judges see it as a
it was on the arm.
exchange.
Cross by Dennis.
And drives him out of the
So
ring.
that's Dennis' tactic in the second round, is just to apply pressure on Novichenko. Just get him out of the ring.
Dennis slowly creeping up in the points, but can he reach parity in time?
He can. It's only 3 points. One clear strike to the head.
It's true. But the problem is, so far, he hasn't been able to get any really clear hits on Novichenko. Novichenko is a tough competitor. Oh, there we have it. But I think there was an afterblow.
Yeah, to the leg, to the chin. The judges didn't call that. They might have seen it as too far off to the tempo.
Yeah. Even score now, 6-6. Can Ljungqvist pull this one out?
See, this is where a seasoned veteran like Dennis comes forward, right? When the deep troubled waters, this is when they have the skill set and the tools to figure stuff out.
Oh! We see one of these height changes, one of these level changes by Novichenko.
Here it comes again on the replay.
Where he goes underneath.
Boom! Straight on the groin of Dennis, who hits the ground. Rough cut.
And they called that equal. Oh, blow to the leg, blow to the high lines by Ljungqvist. But they call it an equal exchange. I think it landed on the shoulder arms.
Or the arm, upper arm. That's the end of the second round. And we're at sudden death. Here is Swordfish 2017. Dennis and Flug. Sorry, Alba.
The tension, the suspense as they circle each other, knowing that
you can cut
here
through
it is.
the air with that butter knife right now.
That should be 3-2, I believe.
Oh, deep target!
Boom, there it is to the deep target.
Dennis!
Yes!
Did what seemed to be the impossible there for a while.
Pulled it out.
He beat Novichenko.
A remarkable reversal by Dennis Ljungqvist. Our question was, could any man beat this upstart from Russia? And if any man could do it, it was Dennis Ljungqvist, pulling it out at the very last minute. Performance by Ivan Novichenko, reaching this height.
That's what being a seasoned veteran brings to the table.
There it is, Dennis Ljungqvist, gold medalist.
Just having the tools to figure out a threat like Novichenko.
Adding one more gold medal to the pile.
To the pile, to the hoard.
Dennis Ljungqvist, another gold medal. Are you getting bored?
Can never get bored of this, can you?
That was one hell of a fight. Can you talk us through it a little?
Yeah, well, I went in, I had a little bit of a hard time getting a clean hit, so I mixed it up a little bit, and in the end, the safe type of fencing I like the most, kind of saved it.
Okay, so generally the Russians go for speed over distance. Did that make you have to change your fight quite a lot during this competition?
Yeah, well, at least a little bit, but I noticed that in the end it was the A-game that delivered. Yeah.
Okay, Dennis, I think I'm going to leave it there now because you look like you're about to fall over. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Dennis Ljungqvist.
We might have to change his name from the Menace to the Viking. Just traveling through the world, gathering these hordes of gold medals.
He does have quite a hoard.
I wonder what his trophy rooms look like.
You may need a bigger house.
For bronze, from the School of the Sword in the United Kingdom, Alexander Makarov.
Sasha Makarov, School of the Sword. Edging out Mark Wilkie, Scotland.
For silver, from Men with Swords in Russia, Ivan Novichenko.
Ivan the Terrible,
who took the tournament with storm.
Yes,
he seemed indestructible.
Ivan the Terrible.
And gold, the 2017 Open Longsword, from KHSS Sweden, Dennis Ljungqvist.
Dennis the Menace, once again.
A true veteran.
Pulling it out at the last minute, impossibly.
He paints,
Dennis
he hunts,
the
he moves anyone that
medals.
gets in his way.
And there it is, the Black Fader.
Ah, victory!
Finally, the technical award goes to Lukas Maslegoa of Germany. Thank you. This concludes the prize giving ceremony, and I'm going to hand back now to Carl Rierberg.
Thank you, Rob. Well done as always. Could I please have all the medalists behind me in a nice row? All the medalists. Give them one more round of applause. Thanks all of you for great fighting tonight. It's been a pleasure. Also, a big round of applause for all our judges. Our fantastic refs. Our brilliant secretariat. And our mediocre tournament managers. Lastly, thank you to all of you in the audience and all the fencers who get together and make Swordfish one of the highlights of the year. Thank you so much and good night.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the end of Swordfish 2017.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. See you next year.
Same time, same place. Signing off. It's Matt Gowers.
And Scott